This is Charge and Blast for the Sega Dreamcast. I like games with an like lock and chase. Why waste time spelling and when you can just go Charge and Blast is best described by its own introduction. Let's watch this one together.
I don't even remember when I was assigned to the squad. For the past few years, whenever a meteor comes down, they send one of us to check out the site. I don't care what the heck those things are or where they come from. The only thing that matters to me is that I do my job right. And my duty is to blast them.
This guy has some serious anger management issues. Charge and Blast is a rather unique arcade-style game that's probably very different from most of the titles that you're used to playing these days. This is on the Sega Dreamcast from 2000.
The video test.
The object of the game is to lock on to numerous targets and blow them up. Seems fairly simple, but it wants you to charge your weapon, hence the title Charge and Blast. And of course, it takes time to charge.
I will provide you with an energy cell.
Some of your weapons lock on. Others actually just fire straight ahead or hit the ground in front of them like a grenade. Unlike most shooters these days, you don't run around the environments, you simply move left and right with the Sega Dreamcast triggers. That's it, left and right across the screen. You target enemies with the cursor using either the analog stick or the D-pad on the Dreamcast controller, yet you cannot invert your aim.
I will provide you with an energy cell.
Holding down the green, yellow, or blue button on the Dreamcast controller will charge up a particular weapon depending on what character you're playing. It shows you on the bottom right of the screen. Pressing the red button fires that weapon, whether or not it's fully charged. You can see there's a fairly straightforward timing and scoring system. The faster you blow up enemies, the better you do. It's like a Sega racing game. If you run out of time, you lose. You get a time credit when you complete each level and blow up all the weird-ass aliens.
Mission clear.
That's it. That's the game. It seems like it would be easy, except the controls are some of the most awkward controls I've ever used in any game. And that's really where the challenge comes in, is mastering a very bizarre control and movement system. Charge and Blast is not a bad game. It's actually kind of fun. It's so cheesy you can't help but like it. I mean, you're taking on Godzilla and lizard people with these weirdos in armored suits that can't move anywhere.
An energy cell.
Charge and Blast will not cost you very much. This really isn't a terribly popular or well-known game. And one of the cool things about it is that you can play two-player on screen at once with a friend. Now, the more you play the game, the more you'll become familiar with the controls. It's a very strange system just to move left and right while trying to aim and charge a weapon and fire at the exact same time. I've never played anything quite like this. You know, I'm just not sure what I think of this game. It's like when somebody gives you something you've never eaten before. Like you go to a party and they've got some really weird cheese dish, and you're like, this is god-awful, this is horrible, this is the worst crap I've ever had, give me more. Because it's just so different, you want to try it again. Like maybe in another minute or two you'll really like it. You're just not sure, you need to try it under different circumstances.
Destroy the shield generator.
That's Charge and Blast, an enigmatic riddle of a video game with lizard people.
You have succeeded in destroying the shield generator.
It's not just enough that you're fighting a Godzilla-knockoff, it's that you're being attacked by mutated sea bass at the exact same time. I would expect no less from Charge and Blast. I don't get this. So these guys can go underwater, but they just can't move forward. These are the worst mobile suits ever. I think the controls would be a lot more intuitive in this game if you were just allowed to invert your aim, which is how I played most first-person shooters, or shooters these days, pushing down to aim up. Seems like that would have been an easy thing to add into this game. But it doesn't really work like that. Actually, targeting is kind of bizarre. Using the analog stick is practically impossible. I used the D-pad, which allowed me to at least make somewhat accurate jerky movements to target the lizard people. Didn't Kirk fight those guys in Star Trek? Charge and Blast is so cheesy that it's actually fairly likable just for that reason alone. You start the game with 3 characters and you can unlock additional characters throughout the game. One of the greatest features in Charge and Blast is that they give you descriptions of the characters in the instruction manual. This is priceless. The one guy's name is Johnny Rock, is a fearless veteran and commander of the Special Task Force. Along with his companions, Johnny protects the Earth from meteors, alien invasions, and killer monsters. It gets better. Nicholas Woods is known for his incredible strength and desire to party. That's in the book. He has no lock-on weapons, but his weapons cause the most damage. Speaking of damage, the third character is Pamela Hewitt, who has a way of finding trouble, but she can deal with it too. One might say that Pamela Hewitt is trouble. Dun dun dun! Charge and Blast.